What is up, boyos? It is Water Buffalo Man here, and I'm back for more Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle. Alright, so we're going to be showcasing probably my second favorite unit in the game right now, next to, well, himself. The Fizz Super Saiyan 4 VEGITO XENO. So I know I said this was going to be up the next day after the previous ones, but I took a little break due to something happening, but now the video's back. But we're just going to jump right in and showcase this man on almost the same team we saw his counterpart ran on before. We're going to go for the same setup. We're not going to bring any items. Let's just jump in and see how well we do. So, okay, we got a good rotation, first rotation. That's exactly what we wanted to see. So let's get that going. Alright, so the reason I brought this stage on is because it's not too difficult, but it's also not too easy to the point where Vegito is just going to be able to power through it. So what we're going to have to do, though, is we're going to have to use this man in slot 2 and his main one, the Fizz one, in slot 1. And actually we got my one, which is kind of perfect. So yes, I brought the support memory, as you guys saw, but his stats turn 1. Actually, let me get him some key here really quick. Let's get both of them key. They share every link. Oh, I forgot, you have to tap it now. It's every link except for Kamehameha. If I would have had him in slot 2, he would have had Kamehameha with Goku, but if I would have put him in slot 1, this Vegito would have completely wiped out this field, so it wouldn't have given him a chance to attack. But turn 1, Vegito Fizz is looking at, let's test the new way that they have, new update. 1.1 million attack stat and 270,000 defense, pre-super, and he has, oops, wrong one. And he has 35% damage reduction? Yeah, 35% damage reduction, so it's looking pretty good. He'll get an additional 60% once he attacks, so from here on out, let's just see what he can do. And it's against type disadvantage, so let's see how he handles it. 107,000, that's not too great. Again, like I said, though, it's pre-super, so he hasn't really built himself up at all. And like I said, really it is type disadvantage, so I kind of wanted to see how he'd handle. 100,000 damage, type disadvantage with 35% damage reduction isn't great, but double super does make him almost invincible. Again, this man's showing out with 16 million. The Fizz Vegito did have a 12 million super attack, by the way. So not too much different than this man, but this is the reason why I didn't have him in slot 1. Because this man does something called carrying, which is not necessarily always needed. But he needs to carry this turn so we can get back out there again with the Vegitos. So, I mean, I'm wanting to do more showcases on the Androids, Android 21 and, well, both Android 21s actually, so they'll probably be coming shortly too. But we have a few videos backlogged that I need to record and get out to you guys. A couple different showcases that I've been meaning to get done. Haven't been done yet, but they will be here shortly. Where I got 6 or 7 lined up in my head that I need to get done, but I know there's a few more that might actually take some spots, depending on what banners we get and what things come out going forward in Dokkan. Might slow that down a bit, but there are quite a few banners I have, or videos lined up in my head that I need to do, so thank you for dodging Bardock. Okay, so we have the Vegito now. Now that he's double supered, he's only used for 1 turn though, mind you, he doesn't stack. But now that he doesn't have type disadvantage, but he does have that full 35% defense, or damage reduction, let's see how well he does now that it's not type disadvantage. Okay, he's going to dodge right off the start, which is nice. Still 40k. I mean, not terrible, but that clearly goes to show you that he is not a slot 1 unit, which is kind of the main reasoning of me putting him in slot 1, is to show how well he does, which he doesn't do. I don't want to say he's terrible, because he's not. But he's not the best in the game. I think this is going to be it. I think we're going to win this rotation, so that's why I'm kind of just a little confused here on what I want to do. I pretty much have to let everybody super attack. Vegito's going to guaranteed super because he's going to in slot 1, but no, this Vegito here is easily the slot 1 unit out of the 2, out of the partnership, and you want to leave this man slot 1, let him tank all the damage, eat all that damage, so the slot 2 Fizz Vegito can build up his defense on his passive and on his super attack, because he greatly raises it on his super attack, as well as gets 60% attack and defense when he does super. Oh, they countered that. Cool, great. I forgot about this Goku being completely terrible defensively. I probably should have put Gohan in slot 2 with his 50% damage reduction, but it's not a big deal. Alright, so yeah, now, this is how we'll want to do this setup. Because this man here really is the best in slot 2. He is the best in slot 2 with himself. Oops. And it allows him to really utilize this Vegito's defensive passive for the first 6 turns, because he gets up to 60%, I think? 60 or 80%? Let me look. he gets 30% damage reduction for the first 6 turns, then 30%. So yeah, 60% damage reduction right off the start. So that's kind of really good. And then this man only gives himself 35%, so it's a little iffy. And also, if you've noticed, the Trunks and Mai's worn off, so now his defense is down to 225. So they give an additional 50,000 defense, which actually makes a huge difference in an event like this. So, and keeping him in slot 2 now will really be able to protect him a little bit more and allow him to at least get one greatly raising off on his defense and get that additional 60% when performing a super attack. But not only that, he does also give support to crossover and giant 8 power. And since everybody on this team fits both of those categories, he gives key 2 and 60% to stats for both of them. So that's really, really good. So he's a super support unit in slot 2, and he can, realistically, he can tank. He can just eat super attacks and damage. As long as he's in slot 2, that is. He can't tank it like this guy. So this guy should tank this pretty well. 294,000. Not as well as I thought he was going to tank it, but as you saw, again, my challenge whenever I do these showcases is not to necessarily win the event, it's just to show off a little bit about the unit. This man is really good. He is easily not a slot 1 unit though. As you can see by the way he is built, he is your slot 2 support and a powerhouse kind of directly behind the AGL VEGITO. But they're both a really good team. I mean, I could have probably ran that a little better throughout the whole thing without letting him take all that damage early on and Goku taking all that damage. But I was really mainly just trying to showcase this man as much as I could in that video, in that situation. But thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys next time for more Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle. See you guys next time.